Hello all, this is Memalad bringing you a beginner's guide to the Minecraft survival game, otherwise known as the Minecraft Hunger Games. Note that when I get over to identifying maps, I will discuss the maps on Hypixel server, not anyone else's, because I'm too lazy for that. Man, there are too many out there. So just keep that in mind. The Minecraft survival games is a very popular minigame in Minecraft, in which players begin in the center of the map, and right before the player is a lot of chests and usually an enchantment table. Players can choose to go raid the chests immediately or quickly dash away, seeking the other chests scattered throughout the map. The objective of the game is to raid chests, craft items, the few rations you get from chests, and kill players. You can find items like weapons, armor, food, and materials in the chests. You can also find special items like TNT, the Blitz Star, and much more. The special thing about the survival games is it's not about killing other players, it's about strategy. You may be the best damn PvPer out there, but when you're on the constant offense and have no strategy whatsoever, you are likely to die. That's why strategics will plan their routes and steer clear of other players. If you have a friend with you in the lobby, you can team with said player. Teaming is basically an alliance in which you survive, share items, and kill together as a team. Teams are usually better with a cap of 3 players, otherwise it's just plain unfair. In the Hypixel server, there are 7 maps to choose from. First up, there's Thorin, one of my least favorite maps. It is difficult to describe, like docks. You are in a fancy indoor temple-like room, which makes fighting claustrophobic and tedious, in my opinion. Play this if you're good at PvP and don't want to wait for the action to start. Next up, docks. This map is like Thorin, in the essence that it is built similar to it, but it mixes close to medium to long-range combat in a fun, large map. This is definitely a difficult map, but boy is it ever fun. Mithril is a great map. It's set outdoors in a forest hills biome, and it has an old-style kingdom feel to it, with old-fashioned houses and even a few cool castles. Another cool thing is the water combat. Like in lots of other maps, particularly docks, there is a lot of water in the level, and it makes combat different, but in a very fun way, which leads for better strategy and the way you approach enemies. This is easily one of my favorite maps. Citadel is the newest map and is much smaller. Therefore, the player limit shortens from 24 to 18. The map is like Mithril, but it's much more like a plain hill mix because of the lack of trees. This level, contrary to Mithril, it has a more modern-style architecture design, with a few tall buildings here and there. Play this one if you like fast-paced action with lots of close, vicious fighting. Island is a map that I don't really enjoy, primarily due to the fact that I don't play it too often. The spawn area is right in the middle of a volcano in the middle of the island. The interesting thing is that unlike the other maps, you really feel stranded on this island, forced to kill all others for your survival. This gives a cool feel off of Island, and it feels very cinematic. Winter takes place in an awesome mix of taiga, snow mountains, and snow plains. This map contains lots of snow, houses, and secrets. There is even a huge ice-covered pond, convenient if you are getting chased. For me, the best part of this map is the day-night transition. I once had an experience in which I was scaling the many mountains of this map, raiding chests, and the sun began to set. When I got to the top of the mountain, I just sat and stared as the sun set, and I looked down and saw the beautiful, blocky map. Then I began to climb down the mountain, being precautious I didn't get snuck up on. Nightfall completely changes everything in winter, and I love it. Last is my favorite map, Cthulhu Island. This map takes place on a tropical island full of docks, abandoned ships, temples, abandoned ruins, and more. I personally think it's awesome. Just exploring this cool map is great, adding more to the already extremely fun survival games formula. You start in a volcano, much like Island, but climbing this volcano is much harder, and even when you reach the peak, you must be careful not to fall into the pit of lava below. In fact, I'll give you a bit of a secret that will give you a chest or two. One of the 4 routes you can take upon leaving the volcano, if you turn right and run down the hill, you will see a bridge. Climb across the bridge, but be careful not to fall down and make it to the island. But then you go down into the houses, loot all of said houses, and then go down the road. Then you'll come across a tomb with 2 chests, one at the grave and the other in the water tunnel. That's all you need to know for now. Check out part 2 where we talk about strategies and combat.